Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, no, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, no, I get a good feeling.
The mountain top, walk on water, I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike for you. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Look, miss, I got the heart of 20 men. No fear, go to sleep in the lion's den. That glow, that spark, that crown. You're looking at the king of the jungle now. Stronger than ever, can't hold me down. 100 miles running from the pitch's mouth. Straight gang face, it's gang day. See me running through the crowd full of melee. No trick plays, I'm Bill Gates. Take a genius to understand me.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
One more time to the dog. To the baby, please don't stop to the dog. Take it to the dog. To the dog, get your man. To the dog. Hey, to the dog, get your everybody party. Let me hear you. You got walking out of the neck. So what? Please don't stop. Check it out there. Goofy, dog you out. Stupid, dog you out. Spur, dog, mama do, dog you out. Goofy, dog you out. Spur, dog you out. Spur, dog, mama do, dog you out. Hey, Blackberry. For 98. Fresh for 98. Suckers. Fresh for 98. Fresh for 98. Fresh for 98. Suckers. I've been doing that side before.
Good morning, peace and love, and welcome to the Peace in the Morning Show. This is Darius A. Stanton live here at www.elifemedia.net. I said we're live right here at www.elifemedia.net. Good morning. What's up, good brother Daryl Barnes? What it look like, brother?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
No doubt about it. We got DB in the house, you know what I'm saying? Say we got Big D in the house today.
That's right.
And we're going to start to play.
That's right.
Because Rolling Bomb's going to funky. He going to make it hot and making it hot today.
That's right.
Got Darius in the house today.
Go ahead now.
Because we're going to make it funky Friday.
Go ahead.
And we're going to pump and we're going to rock and we're going to take it away. Come on now, Funky Friday. Say what now, Funky Friday. Say what now, Funky Friday. Say what now, Funky Friday. Yeah, what's up? We're in the house this morning at www.elifemedia.net. This is Darius A. Stanton. So excited to be here. We had a phenomenal week, man.
Yeah, it's been a great week.
You know, in the midst of the challenges of the storms, we got to pay homage. One day we even opened up the show in prayer, giving thanks and praises to God. We want to do that again this morning.
Always.
Just giving glory and thanks for his goodness and his mercy. Thank you for being better to us than we've been to ourselves.
Preach.
Allowing us to be, forgive people, forgive ourselves for the wrong that we've done to others and the things that we've done to ourselves that have hurt ourselves. We thank you so much for protecting our children, our family, and for those who lost loved ones, because we have folks who lost loved ones this week. As early as yesterday, people are losing loved ones every day. And so we just ask you to bless them, keep them, put your hands and arms around them, and have them understand the power of the Spirit. And that we must connect with each other from a spiritual perspective and leave the flesh alone, because the flesh is only temporary, but the Spirit is eternal. So we thank God this morning for bringing us here. We thank Rolling Bubba Grimes for his energy and support and being here so early, so early, so early in the morning. Yeah. DB, you got a big announcement, man. You started. We're going to get popping with that. We're going to take callers, no doubt. Oh, what's up? Oh, my brother. He calling already. We got to pump it up for Chris Rock. Guess who it is? It's our man. When you coming back to the studio, none other than the #1 comedy award winner in the country, probably in the world, our brother from off Rap City back in the day, and now right here doing his own movies, my man Chris Thomas. What's up, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up, Mayor?
Hey, man, I'll just say, I'm up early, so I know that the storm is coming,
Come on.
and there's a calm before the storm.
Preach.
And I want people to understand this, that it could be here.
Mm.
And I know that I can call your show and just give people a little insight on what prayer is really all about.
Come on, Chris.
I don't have to show his face. All you got to do is show his power.
Mm.
That's right.
Man cannot do anything. Man never could do anything.
Come on.
People need to understand this, and I just say this particular to our folks, since we want to be so divided. And at the end of this storm, what do we have to go back to other than still to count on others to take care of us? We're talking about the food that you're going to need. This storm is particular into what's going on in this world, man, and I'm looking at it. And I'm just saying, when I call you, and you already know that we all spiritual.
That's
but
right.
people ain't praying enough.
That's right.
They're not praying enough, man. God listen to all prayers. There's not enough people praying enough.
And I tell you how powerful it is, Chris, the fact that you called this morning, because part of our show today is, we've been dealing with, we identified folks in Houston, in southwest part of the country that could make sure that the resources that were needed were getting to the people who need it the most, the people who've been, left out or unattended to, or whatever the case may be, that we made sure we had resources that the folks that follow us and support us and watch us every day, the dearly beloved, could spread that word and make sure that they got the resources to myqueendom.org in southwest Texas, down in Houston. Make sure that you get them products for women and children, because they're reaching out to them. The NOIHouston.org. Again, send resources there. So, we've been reaching out all week to make sure people are prepared. But as you said this morning, we came in here to make sure people understand that we better not just get ready, but we need to pray, because the water's coming. The earthquakes are coming. And there are no
people
weapons.
Don't really understand. That's what you just said about resources. They're running out of food.
Running out of gas.
They're running out of water. It's not the preparation. It's cause people take for granted what they get each and every day.
That's right. That's
I'm
right.
a grown man. I'm not a child anymore. But people keep trying to act like grown people are children. When I heard that people were down there robbing people during that time of a flood,
Yeah.
I thought about, God said he look at the babies and foods. I said, a baby don't really know anything because they are a child.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out the definition of what a food means. A food does not know right from wrong.
That's right. And
But how can they not know right from wrong if they're doing wrong?
And a fool knowingly, I mean, like you said, at a time like that, you got people that are sick enough to be raping, breaking in people's houses and doing all
Breaking
kinds
in people's houses, taking really nothing.
and knowing because the police can't get to them, they're going to take this advantage of this opportunity to hurt somebody. Exactly. And as we
I
transition,
don't know what color they are.
That's
I
right.
really don't care.
No, well, it's not about. It's about how you treat people. And as we shift to
exactly.
this,
But guess what? food and water. All gonna need food and water.
Come on now.
Even
Hey.
the war that they fighting across seas, they ain't never stopped them from having food and water. You take away their resources of food and water, they all gonna come out of the hiding place.
Hey, well, one thing for sure, Chris, and I appreciate you calling. We have definitely got to maintain the order of prayer and focused on treating people good, because
Exactly.
you never know who you need. You better speak to your neighbor. You better call your family member that you haven't talked to in a while. You better speak to the person on the job that you walk
Steve, I
by
can
every
just say
day
this.
and don't speak to them. Get in the elevator every day and don't speak to them. You never know who you need. Chris Thomas called you this morning and he told
I
you
sure did.
all about it. Did he call you up and say, wake up now, DC? Wake
People
up,
better
America.
Wake up.
Wake
Man
up, Black
can't do
America, white
nothing
America,
for
Latino
you.
America, Asian America. Guess what? You can be in them corner stores, my Asian brothers and sisters, and the flood can come along or the earthquake can come along like it is in New Mexico right now, like it was in Idaho this week at a 4.1. Come on now, everybody not paying attention. And when that earthquake come along, you might need that hand that you put out your store. You understand that them people that you haven't been helping, those people you haven't been supporting except for taking their money but not putting anything back. And when it's time for somebody to reach down and pull you up out that hole, you understand, you want to make sure you have developed a relationship with those people and treated people decently, not to get put out of the hole, because that's what you're supposed to do. Hey, Chris Thomas,
See,
man.
guess what? It's going back to Haiti. That went back to Haiti. Those people need to wake up. All folks need to wake up and say, guess what? We can build just like God gives everyone an opportunity. And I'm going to say this because I live right down the street from where y'all broadcast. But this morning I was just thinking, and because I was in Chattanooga and Augusta and Jacksonville last week. And I just say, I think about your radio show, and, I just think about things where people don't really understand. When the sun is shining, and it's shining in Miami right now, but the storm is on its way. I'm not going to, because I know people know me from cracking jokes, but this is no joke.
That's right.
It's not no joke this time. Those people, and I don't want to hear no one say why. God can do whatever he want to do, because we done did whatever we want to do. You better wake up.
Hey,
Start
man,
praying.
hey, look, just to make sure they all awake on Funky Friday, Chris, you know how we do. We give the
I
good
know,
news.
I'm about to bring up Boosie Collar. Come here, Boosie. Yeah, I'm a news, baby.
Come on, bro.
That's right, baby. You know what time it is.
Let's put a smile on these
Never
people's
spoke
faces, man.
before.
Huh?
That's right, Boosie. Come on. Hey, Chris, man, we appreciate you coming in on a Funky Friday, man. You know, come on, give it up for Chris Thomas. Thinking about the Peace in the Morning show,
down there,
man.
I'm about to turn. Guess who I'm on tour with? I'm on tour with the group Slave.
Woo. Come on. That's right.
I'm
We're ready to
on tour
funk it up
with
for
the
you,
group
Chris.
Slave, and
Hey.
we're supposed to be in Atlanta this week, but they say the storm is about to hit.
Well, Chris, we make sure that we funk it up in the name.
I'm about to do a fundraiser. We about to do a fundraiser.
Come on. Hey, well, look. Well, hold on, Chris. We're going to be right with you as we funk this up on Funky Friday. Hey, Bubba, you know what time it is. Come on, y'all. Hey, Shannon.
Fellas here, the world's only rhinestone rock star dog minimum. I wanna be your toy. I wanna play for you, boy. Yeah, but created by Funk Attack Incorporated. Make us a funky place to play with. Wind me up, baby. Say what?
Facebook
One heck of a
Live.
doll, baby mama.
Come on.
Boop, Zilla here.
What's up,
Big
all the
brother
folks
making
checking us
some
out from
funky
Instagram?
things to play
What's up,
with.
Instagram?
Trademark
Yeah,
Funk
let me
Attack
know.
Incorporated,
Good
mama.
morning, baby.
Pull my string, I'll dance, I'll sing, I'll play. Yeah, mama. Light me up, dance, I'll sing, I'll dance and sing. Funk away. Let me be your superhero.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Baby mama.
You're live right here on the Peace in the Morning Show. This is Darius State Stanton with Delegate Darrell Barnes. Debo, what's up, brother?
All right.
We had to call in this morning from my good brother Chris Thomas. We thank him for joining us. He's going to be being a part of the food, clothing, the drive the disaster relief effort that you're putting together, man. You know, he just said he wants to do a fundraiser. Make sure we link that up and connect that. But the fact that he woke up with the Peace in the Morning Show on his mind,
Come on now.
and I had it in my mind to bring it to the people to make sure we say our prayers and give grateful. And he called in unrehearsed.
That's right.
God is moving. You know what I'm saying? God is sure enough moving. So we're going to hold that line. But Delegate Barnes, tell us about the relief effort that you're working on and how people can get tied in.
Thank you for calling.
Good morning. It's Dr. Charles Wheeler.
Dr. Charles Wheeler, wait, call in there like it's smooth operator. Hey man, what you calling from? Your Benzo, your St. Lorenzo, or your Maserati Hot Toddy? Which one you calling from?
I'm calling you live and direct from my home office, sir.
Oh, is that on the
Oh,
jet?
from the home office. Not the
you guys
office,
doing
but the
this
home
morning?
The
office.
home office, right? What's up, good Charles Wheeler, the 4? How you doing, brother?
I'm blessed, man. It's great. I just called to say hello. I think I've seen Brother Barnes almost every day this week.
Yeah, man,
Any
we
place I
grinding.
go in the county, whether it's something for the kids, whether it's promoting whatever, he's there. He's there making a difference. So I just called to say good morning to both of you, Brother Darius.
No doubt. Hey,
Yeah.
Charles, man, y'all been rolling all week. You got something going on. Would y'all do a backpack giveaway?
Yes, thank you. September 16th, Uppercuts, black-owned salon grooming for men and for women. Excellence. 3 locations, National Harbor, Washington, D.C., Alexandria, Virginia. The McIntoshes are the owners. The general manager is Tommy Blake. Rhett Butler is the marketing and PR. September 16th from 2 to 6. They're going to lock it down just for the 100. Our proteges are going to receive grooming essentials, haircuts, everything they need for back to school. Focuses on hygiene, dressing for success.
Right on.
This is an event for everyone, though. We want our mentors and proteges will be on hand, but we want mothers, sons, fathers, everyone. It's a family affair. We want. I just heard Sly Stone in the background. I want everybody to come through and experience. Really, this is just a unique establishment. They had a great event last night with Men's Fit, which is another organization we're going to partner with. But we're going to be partnering with Uppercuts all throughout the fall, doing events focused on health and wellness, breast cancer awareness, prostate awareness, but the 16th is all about the young people, getting them the fresh fades for school, and talking to them about how to make a good first impression with your appearance and the importance of hygiene. That's the deal.
So that's September 16th.
Yes, sir.
You'll be rocking with Uppercuts. They will be doing grooming for back to school, but also for adults, the men
Yes.
and the women, the whole family come out.
Yes.
3 locations. You said Upper Marlboro, Alexandria, and what was it? And in D.C.
But we'll be at National Harbor on the 16th.
National Harbor on the 16th. So come on
30
out.
American Way, please. Thank you.
Right next to the American Way. Check out work that the 100 Black Men of Prince George's County is doing down there with Uppercuts. Support them. Remember, we're supporting organizations that support our community, organizations that are pouring in. And so we appreciate Charles Wheeler from 5 Star Consulting. The work that you're doing, you and your family. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, he's
Thank you
working
so
from
much.
home in his home office today. You know, Charles, Darius started something last Thursday
Yes.
where he had the Brothers Roundtable.
Oh, wow.
So
Yes. Yes.
I think at some point I'm gonna ask Darius if we can try to get you back in here, and so many other brothers that are doing something within our community. Because I love to see this studio packed full of brothers as we talk about solutions and some of the things that you guys are doing, some of the things that Men Ain't Me Higher is doing.
Yes.
You know, Boys to Bow Ties and mentoring the manhood. You know, I'd like to get all of y'all in here at one time, you know, to have a conversation about how we all can work together. As we stated last week or last Thursday, how we can put our egos aside, roll up our sleeves, and we can all work together.
Wow, that's a powerful solution hour.
Yeah.
With all the organizations. Any Friday, count me in.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Hopefully
Thursday.
you can do it Thursday.
Thursday.
So Charles,
count me in. Yep.
well, Charles, because you have the gift of the mic, because you can freestyle on the MIC.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you
And he at home.
and you at home. You got an open invitation for Funky Friday because you know how to make Friday funky on the California way. You know our
No
jam.
question.
You know
No
our jam.
question.
I posted it last night. You know, you got to go check that joint out. California, we were rocking in the studio. One time we spent around the chair, came back right into the groove like, ow. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much for the work that you're doing, man.
No
You're really
doubt.
making a difference. And we definitely want to send up prayers for the folks that are in Irma's path. And we just believe and we count them covered. In the name of Jesus, we count them covered. No harm, no damage, and just a lot of wind. That's
Amen.
it.
Amen.
Amen.
No doubt. Our brother, Charles Wheeler from 100 Black Men, also Prince George's County, also the president and founder of 5 Star Consulting, an IT firm. So look him up. Good brother, doing a lot of good work in the community. But not only is he doing work, he supports a lot of people.
Yes,
And he said he shows up. He's seen Daryl at about 4 or 5 different events, but he's showing up and he's supporting. You know, he's right there. He doesn't have to be on stage, doesn't have to be on the mic,
No,
doesn't have
sir,
to have
behind
his
the
name on the
scenes.
program or a banner or none of that. He just wants the people to know by his presence. His ministry is his
Yeah.
presence first.
That's
So
right.
hats off to you, brother.
Yeah, the brother's working.
No doubt about it.
Appreciate you guys, man.
All
God
right.
bless you, man. You guys have a great day.
There you go.
Bye-bye.
All right, here live at www.elifemedia.net. Give us a call at 240-455-5934. You hear Funky Friday is hot on the airways, baby. Huh? People hot on the airways. Do we know what time it
Facebook
is?
said,
Check.
crank it up, Roland.
Do you know what time it is? Check. Do it. Ow. Hit it.
Hit it.
Y'all see me. Y'all see me. Y'all see me. Y'all see me. That's why we live, baby. know how to march, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ow. What's up, Rolo? What's up, Rolo? Sit down. Ow, get it, baby. There you go. Watch yourself. Darius A. Stanton saying, what's going on, big brother DB?
What's good, brother?
You know what's happening. You know what time it is. It's Funky Friday. Yeah. And on Funky Friday, we want to make sure we continue to still promote that positive news. The new CEO, I'm sorry, I apologize, the new COO of Starbucks International is an African-American woman.
That's right.
Roz Brewer of Starbucks. The new COO, Chief Operating Officer of Starbucks, is an African-American woman by the name of Roz Brewer. That's a big job.
That's a big deal.
How many Starbucks do you see around the country?
That's right.
Now, Starbucks do a lot of good things in our community in terms of resources, jobs, partnerships.
That's right.
You got to do your homework on coffee.
That's right.
I'll let you be the judge, with regard to that, because you got to look into, you got to understand the dynamics, so do your homework, understand who it farm, don't just support on the blind. But we definitely want to contribute our applause for this sister working in her career to get to the point where she's the number 2.
That's right.
In one of the largest companies in the world. So Roz Brewer, congratulations to you for what you've been able to accomplish in your career. In addition to that, we deal with, this is National Suicide Prevention Month. And so depression is a big deal and a big contributor. And so we want to make people aware of how important it is to seek mental health.
Right.
We'll be bringing in some mental health professionals next week to address this topic. Folks who have had family members will be joining us that have tried to take their own lives, and how important it is to just check in with your people. Don't come in the house and take for granted that somebody's upstairs just because you see the car outside. Don't take for granted that somebody is doing okay because when you left them an hour ago, they were still laying in bed. Go check on your people. We get so convenient with the cell phone. We right in the same house texting.
Right.
You right in the same house calling people.
Right.
You outside, I'm inside, you calling. Look, get up, go find out what's going on. Make that human contact. Touch your people. Don't get away. You got to make sure you stay tied to your people. Don't get so caught up in technology that we forget to make that connection and that energy that we have. And speaking of which, there's a rapper, a hip hop artist by the name of Logic. And Logic has put together a suicide prevention track. So look him up, Logic, suicide prevention song. Check him out. You know, the fact that he's using this platform to wake up brothers. Now, I'll tell you just a statistic that you may or may not know. Between the ages of 16 and 24, the number 2 killer of African American males is suicide. The number 2 killer of African American males in the United States of America for young people between the ages of 16 and 24 years old is suicide. What does it mean when you get to a point when you're willing to take your own life?
And at that age, how much stress and pressure can you have between, what you say, 16?
16 and 24 years
Between
old.
16 and 24 years of age. You know, once again, it's I don't know what it's going to take before we get it, but it starts at home.
It starts at home.
You know, you see your kids struggling, being an introvert, not socializing. They're telling you something. You know, so when we can continue to ignore those signs that are being displayed to us every single day, then we start crying when something bad happens. So I just think, you know, we have to start recognizing the signs. We have to start engaging. We have to start eating dinner together. We have to start having conversations. And all of those things will help those people that are struggling with something.
Well, and the fact, you hit it on the head. You know, you ought to have a day, at least one day, at least one. You know, we recommend it be Sunday, you know, but at least one day of the week where the family sits down and eats together, but not just eats together. Put your phone down, your tablet, no electronics, no television, and you just talk about what's going on in your life that day, that week. You know, make sure that you put those things in place, because we need opportunities to connect with each other, to love each other, to provide that support and that energy for one another, and we need to check in. Yeah. You know, don't take for granted that everything is okay. And because your life is rolling, and you know, we get so caught up on our jobs because we have all these things. But think about material things. You know, we get caught up because we have all these things we have to take care of. We have, you know, not just the people, but the house, the car, the jewelry, the clothes, the image, whatever else you have. These things. And I want you to understand the importance of things. When them floods came through Houston, those things went out the window. But your family is still intact. Mm-hmm. You know, when those earthquakes come, those things go down in the earth. But you pray that your family is still intact. So don't make the earthquake and the hurricane make you appreciate and take time out for your family, where you put other things in front of your family. Mm. Don't put yourself in that position, because you teach your children to do that. And that's when they stop coming to us. That's when they turn their deaf ear. We talked about earlier in the week when young men and young women come off the football field or basketball court and they see other people with somebody to run to and nobody else there to run to. That's a dark place to be in.
That's right.
And so, you know, we want to definitely make sure that we take time out to love the important things. And as Delegate Barnes says, it starts at home. So Logic, you know, we definitely want to give credit and props to you for bringing this to the platform and the stage. But check in with your family members, man. Check in with them, find out how they're doing, and encourage them to seek mental health counseling. Youth services bureaus are a great asset for families who don't have the resources to pay on their insurance to go to healthcare, their healthcare providers, and get mental health treatment. But make sure you get yourself, your family, whatever wounds you dealt with. You know, there's a tragic story that I want to raise. It happens every day, unfortunately. It happened in Maryland yesterday, I believe, or earlier this week, where a man took a young man with a knife into a home, forced him into a home, and raped him. 13-year-old boy. And it just so happened that this person, it doesn't matter what the color is because it happens across the board. In this case, it happened to be a white male. But my point for raising that is you have to protect your children at all times. You have to teach them how to protect themselves. But we also have to help people work through their sickness, work through their illness. Because if you don't force people in your circle to work through their illness, they are susceptible to going out and hurting themselves and other people. So make sure that you get folks the mental health that they need. We're so quick to embarrass people. We're so quick to put people down. We're so quick to do those deficit things. But this morning we're asking you to reach out to people that you know are going through a tough time and encourage them. Send them some love. Send them some flowers. Give them a call. Make sure they're okay. Go see them. Go check on them. Go knock on their door. Go find out how they are. Don't take for granted because we have these electronic devices and people send texts. You don't even know who's on the other side of the text answering. All you see is the text coming back. Your child could be being kidnapped. Your child could be being raped at that moment. You never know. Pick up the phone. Go see them on the campus. Go show up. If they're in college, don't just wait, till they come home. Go see them. Go develop a relationship with the people that are looking out for your children. Don't just sit and wait for somebody else to take care of your responsibility because you can't take off from work. That job is going to replace you the minute you walk out the door. They're going to find somebody else to sit in your desk, to drive your bus, to engineer your project, to manage your division, whatever it is that you're doing. They will find someone to replace you. Go find your family and loved ones and make sure they're okay. Spend that time. And a great way to do that, Delegate Barnes, is what you do. And what I did with my children when in school. Make sure you go on field trips, man.
It is so important that a parent, a guardian, grandparents, you have to sow into your children.
You got to pour in, man.
I can't stress that enough. My kids play soccer, and it disheartens me every time I go to a soccer practice. The child is by themselves.
Nobody on the field to represent
them. No one to represent them. No one to cheer them on. No one to chastise them when they're doing something bad.
And that's at what age?
13 and 14.
That's 13 and 14. So let alone when you get to 18 and there's no support.
So I'm just wondering why we cannot support our own. And I agree with you. At least one day a week. We're not even saying the whole 7 days. At least one day a week, cut off the phone, cut off the internet, cut off the television, and when you have dinner, break bread and have conversation with your family.
That's right.
You would be amazed on the things that you hear come out of your children's mouth. You will be amazed when you start asking questions about how was your day, how are you doing in school, what are your friends doing, what are your friends about, what do you want mommy and daddy to do. You will be amazed what comes out of their mouth. And I tell you, it's a revelation it's an eye-opener.
That's right.
It just makes you think, to say, wow, we need to do this now 2 days a week.
Exactly.
We need to get more involved.
And as much as they may push back and as much as they may say, well, I'm going to do this or I have to do that, you have to make them do it.
All right.
You have to make them sit down at that table. You have to make family come together. We all deal with it. We all have family members where it's a little tension. You don't want it. But the reality is we need each other and we need to pour out and we need people to pour in, And so when you have that opportunity, create that opportunity. We call creating positive frames of reference.
And it always amazes me that we do not tell our children, let alone our wife, our husband, that I love you. How many times a day do you tell your children, I love you? Before they go to bed, before they go to school, before they go out to play, while they just sitting around the house. How many times do you tell them, I love you? And then more importantly, how many times do you tell your wife or your husband, I love you? You look nice. You smell good. Your hair's done. You got some new shoes on. I recognize the change in you. How many times do we do that? because it's those little things that makes a big difference. It's those little things that makes a huge impact in the development of that child and the development of that adult to give them confidence as they go about their day.
Well, you hit it on the head because children are watching.
Everything.
So they watch you say, thank you, honey, for doing this. Say thank you.
Yeah.
You know, the things that we take for granted that people are doing in the it even though it may be their responsibilities, what they agreed to, still thank them. Let them know that you appreciate them because they're watching you. And so now they're modeling that behavior, and they're going to find people that treat them the way you treat the people in your relationship. So check that out now.
Right. So when you're at home and your wife is washing dishes, how many times do you just go behind her and play and let the kids see you playing with mommy? Right. And you kiss mommy on the neck. Right. Or you tell her I love you.
And then you go grab the dishes that she washed and you start
drying them off.
Come on, son.
It's those little things that makes a huge difference. I'm trying to tell now you. When you tell your son or your daughter it's time to wash dishes, they're not like, why? Right. Why I got to do it? Because they've then already seen you do it.
The model.
Absolutely. It's the model that we're instilling in our children that makes a big difference. It's the things that they see that they want to replicate. It's the things that they hear that they want to then talk about when they're around their friends and their peers. This is the example that we have to set as a people and a country and as a nation that makes a big difference in who we are as an American.
When you greet people and treat people, we do a workshop called Professionalism 101. Bottom line is manners. And again, as we say, one of our most current and common themes on the Peace in the Morning show, it starts, at home. So, we definitely want us to want you all to encourage other people, get that mental health treatment, get it for yourself, check in with your family, make sure that your children are okay. You don't want to have something happening in your children's lives that you could have avoided that's been going on, but because we didn't talk about it, because we didn't deal with it, they're now suffering from that. And then your heart will be broken when you find out all these years or all these months you didn't know and they didn't feel comfortable enough. And sometimes you can have great relationships. It's not that you don't have a good relationship. It's not that you all aren't talking, but you got to dig. You got to go beyond the surface. It's like that cleaning, that spring cleaning when you got to go beyond, you got to move the dresser out and clean behind the dresser. You have to do the same thing with your children and your family members, your sisters, your cousins, your aunts, the old people in your lives. Find out what's aching them, what's ailing them, not just physically, but mentally, because that spirit, that energy that they have is transcending to other people in your environment. Absolutely. So you want to make sure that people are okay.
David, you're absolutely right. Kids learn by what they see, and adults do the same thing. As I develop as a politician, as a speaker, I watch and observe how other people do it.
Hey, you got to be a perpetual learner. That's right.
So I try not to make the same mistakes, and I look at what other people are doing. So the moral to this is that you have to be careful about the things that you're doing because someone is always watching you.
That's right.
So when you're out there doing things that you shouldn't be doing, someone is watching you. When you're doing things at home, you want your kids to model your behavior. So take the time to sow and pour into your children and to your children's friends and to their friends. And then that's how we create that cycle of doing positive things all the time.
So one last tip that we're going to offer before we funk it back up with our good brother Roland Bubba Grimes on Funky Friday, because I know y'all tuning in for that Funky Friday. People call, when can I get on Funky Friday? Well, call us up at 240-455-5934. Hit us on the peaceinthemorningshow.tv on our website in our comments section. Let us know on peaceinthemorningshow.tv. And let us know you want to come on board. You want to advertise? Guess what? Next week, as a matter of fact, Transcends Fitness will be holding a 6-week fitness camp. And guess who's going to be involved? The Peace in the Morning Show. So you already see me get tight. Roland put a picture out there. I need to pull that joint down. He had the I had the rubber, boom, boom, boom. I got to tighten that thing up. Someone be in here like Roland. You when I come in, I'll be like, yeah, what's up, Daryl? Yeah, how you doing, man? What's going on? Hey, Roller, what's up with you? You know, the people be like, hey, what's up, big man? And now I'll be looking at him like, yeah.
Right.
You know?
You must be talking to me.
Yeah, you must be talking. You must be talking to me. I mean, I don't have no ego or nothing, but you talk to these big boys. How you doing, Roller? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna be tight because that's the other thing. When the storm comes, you know, you need to be able to lift stuff up. When the storm comes, you need to be able to swim. You might need to swim to save your life. People are drowning because they can't swim. Do you know more than 45% of African American children? Let me take that back. The largest population of children that are drowning in America are African American children. Overwhelmingly, the drowning population of children are African American children. But whatever color you are, make sure that you teach your children how to swim. Give them the basics to survival. You know, making sure they know how to swim. Making sure they can run a mile without stopping. You know, these things you may need to save your life. And don't think that this is down the road. This is now. So check us out. Give us a call at 240-455-5934 for fitness. Transcends Fitness Boot Camp is coming up next week. 6 weeks we're starting. So give us a call. We'll get you in there. We'll get you a discount just for calling in this morning. You want to get on this program. 6 weeks. It's a virtual one, so you'll be able to even check it out virtually. So if you can't get into the studio at 4 o'clock, at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning or 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning, you can actually check it out virtually. You'll be able to exchange emails, check your food, the whole 9 yards, give you a diet, a regimen to make sure, not a diet, because a diet really speaks to diet, but an eating plan that will help you live and make sure that you are able to go to the next level. And you got to be in shape. And so, you know, and that's another great activity for your children. But it's also a holistic sexual healing, sexercise, exercise for love.
Yeah, so we're going to do a challenge.
Come on.
In 6 weeks when we start, Darius is going to take his shirt off for the show.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to show you his pecs. I'm not that confident in me, but Darius is going to be there. So you guys want to tune in every day to see the development of Darius.
That's
H.
right.
Stanton,
you see me now. You see
and how he is developing. Because I would agree, you can have all the wealth, you can have all the success, you can have all the material things, but if you don't have your health, it means nothing. It means nothing. I mean, too many of our young people, middle-aged people, older people are dying because of just bad health.
Just think about the number of young people that are on dialysis, 25 and 30 years old.
We have to do better. You know, we have to start eating properly. We have to start drinking properly. And yes, I would agree. I'm in that bad category like most. But we have to start trending away from those things and start living healthy to make sure that we're around for our children and our grandchildren and our friends and our family. So we have to do that. So I'm excited about the next 6 weeks that are about to come.
That's right. That's right. So give us a call, 240-455-5934, 240-455-5934. And look up Transcends Fitness. They will be doing a fitness center. We'll be doing a fitness camp. And we look forward to having our brother come on in and share with us what's going on with the fitness challenge. And you can look for yours truly, Darius, Mr. Peace and Love himself, working out in the gym, getting it right, getting it tight so I can come in here Funky Friday and do my thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of doing the thing, Sloane Stevens Stevens beat Venus Williams in the U.S. Open. Yeah. You know, so hats off to her, 2 African-American women that are out there doing it on a professional circuit that's dominated by, by people of other colors. Excuse me. And so, much success to Sloane Stevens for the work that she did. You know, we want to continue to pump it up. It's Funky Friday. We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. So we got to let Rollin' Bubba Grimes do his thing. Hey, if you got something for us you want to hear, you better call us in now because it's Funky Friday.
Give us a call right now. We about to crank it on up. We about to let you guys know how we do it right here on the Peace in the Morning show. Every Friday, we funk it up for you. And today is no different than the other. Let go all your pain. Let go all your stress because today, we funking it up. Good morning, Miss Washington. our new friend, thank you again for all you're doing.
Yeah! One more man, Big Mike from the 5-0 crew. Right, young Mike. Come on. Say what? Yes, indeed. Yeah. One more time. Get on down, Calvino. Get on down, baby. Also, we got my man Donnell over there. Good to see you, baby. And what's your name, baby? Hello, Shannon. What's your name, girl? Sweet Bonita in here. Yeah, we got Lisa. Yeah, we know Sweet Lisa. Park Road. Say what, baby? Yeah! Come on! Come on! Happy birthday, Lisa. Yes, indeed. Also, we got Sweet Boosie and all the crew. Sweet it down, yeah! Come on! Don't wanna blow the world. Hit on down, flow. Say what? Woo! Yeah! Hanging up one team from Clifton. We got my man back in the crowd here. Say what? My man Sherman and Dawn. Say what? What's up, so close. As a matter of fact, wherever we go, somehow we get the word that they be over here dancing on the floor. Now we want y'all to stop bringing some of them I Street Honeys with you. Yeah, we want you to stop bringing them with you so we can party with them too. Yeah, make it a real house party. You know what I'm saying? Might turn into a pajama party. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Yeah, might turn into a pajama party. We never know. All we need is some honey. All right, let's get busy with it now. All right. Oh, get with it, get busy. Homework assignment number 1. Yeah, homework assignment number 1, baby. By special request, even though they're not here. Maybe they catch it on the tape when they play it back again. Going out to all these beautiful adults that's gonna be up in here from now on. Yeah, from now on. You know what? If you tell your friend, then I tell mine. We'll be up to Apex every Wednesday past 9. Yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. I like starting from scratch. And that be like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be like that. But if you start from scratch, you know how it is when you get to the top of things. You know what I mean?
right. Thank you so much, dearly beloved, for joining us here on the Peace in the Morning Show. This is Darius A. Stanton. Thanking you all for being a part of us all week long. For those who joined us on Monday when we kicked off the Labor Day weekend, talking about the power of protest. That's how Labor Day was developed, how it was created. The president at that time decided he wanted to create Labor Day because there were 30 people who died fighting for the rights of people who were in the labor force all over the country. The military went in and 30 people died in that clash. It was a protest to make sure that people were able to live and work and play and be in existence under good working conditions. We had a family that came in, the Gorham family, son and mother, talked about entrepreneurship, the work that they're doing, not only in the community, but establishing businesses that people can support. So shout out to the Gorham family. Thanks so much for coming on in and being a part of the Peace in the Morning Show. We also had the brother, I call him independent, but he's Irritated Genie, talk about taking $7.50 an hour after coming out top of his class from Hampton University. Couldn't find a job in the finance industry. Nobody would hire him. He went back, humbled himself, took a job for $7.50 so he could continue to contribute to his household and he could continue to work. He put his ego aside, came out top of his class with a finance degree. When he went to the new job, he ran into somebody that put him in a position to not only take care of himself, but also give other people work and contracts in the federal government. So don't get caught up in where you are. Just be in the spirit and in the movement with God, and he will place you where you need to be. Other people might think, oh, that job is not for you, or that's too small, or you're not this, or you lost your job, or they fired you. Don't worry about what man says, what people do. You focus on your passion. You focus on the gifts that God gave you. And so we want to close with the hashtag treasure love. Don't treasure material things. Treasure love. Treasure the people that pour into you. Treasure the people that you're supposed to be pouring into because you brought them into the world, because you made some form of commitment to them. Treasure love. Push hashtag treasure love all over Twitter, all over Facebook, all over Instagram, so that people understand the value of human life, regardless of the color, regardless of the sex, regardless of the nation or religion, that people regard human life with the highest esteem. Hashtag treasure love. This is Darius A. Stanton with the Peaceful Moment on the Funky Friday show here on www.elifemedia.net. Peace in the morning. See you at the next go-go. Let me do that again. Peace in the morning.